Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty and we are back with the Wishing Stone. So last part we learned kind of what we already suspected, that Earth has gone downhill, and there's this whole debate about should we go with our family into a virtual world that may or may not mean the death of our current selves and just the continuation of another version of us. That would be my big concern, but... So... Ailsa has just remembered this, and we still don't know what's going on, why she's alone where the others are when they supposedly came with us. I can't believe I forgot something that important. After that day, even Dad was still against coming to Foreverland. He came with us after all. Mom and Gina somehow persuaded him, and he submitted the application together with us. We came to Foreverland less than half a year after that. The day we came was August 26th. A lot of memories came back, but more are still missing. What happened after that? Where am I now? Am I in a dream experience? But I shouldn't lose memory in dream experiences, and there's no reason that I would want to be in a dream experience that changes my family's house into something that looks like this. I remember that no dream experience can change people's memory or alter our core data in any way, so what's the situation now? I look towards my wrist out of habit, thinking that I should have the wristband to call the witch. But there's nothing on my wrist. Wait, the witch? I cannot but freeze on the spot as my eyes widen. Earlier, I even forgot about the witch too. That weird witch I met outside our house who gave me the wishing stone was the witch. She's supposed to arrange everything for us, whatever we ask for. So what is going on here? Did the Foreverland system have major issues and corrupted data or something? Can't help but feel really nervous. I'm formed only by data now, after all. As I stand there lost in confusion, I suddenly hear the sound of a lock opening. The sound was light, but it was obvious in this quiet space. Is it our room? It seemed to be from my room. I was right. I walk to the door of my room nervously. With a deep breath, I turn the handle. The door is indeed unlocked now. Chapter 3, Choices. Finally, we're gonna get to make some choices? There should be no choices in the choices chapter. My room gives a different vibe from outside. The colors and lighting look almost normal and kind of familiar. But a lot of photos and pictures are not the same as before. Did I change them? I look around the room and see the wishing stone is still right there on the windowsill. Save right here. Where's my save button? Is it not gonna let me save? Well, we have a save right before this, so... So I'm going to look out anyway. Seems to be a picture taken from underwater. Did I go for an underwater dream experience? Sounds like something I would do. It's still a desert outside, but somehow it looks more familiar from this window. This is a lovely picture. The color choice is really intense. It looks almost like the world is burning. Did I put this picture here as a decoration? I'll save this for last. It looks like it might be important. Pretty sure I had a different photo of a sea wave here before. Color choice is really intense, same thing as before. How old are we? Why is our room so boring? I vaguely remember that I set a password for those letters. How did you set a password for the letters sitting in your letterbox? And also my diary, the one I wrote after I came to Foreverland. But why? Why would I do that? I could have set it to only be accessed by myself. It's your mom's obsession with puzzles, it's taken you over. This clock used to automatically light up and show time whenever I get close. It doesn't light up anymore. Come to the other world, our lamp breaks, our clock breaks. Is this a puzzle solution? I look into the mirror and look at myself. I look 16 or 17-ish. I vaguely remember I adjusted my appearance every year at my birthday after coming to Foreverland. Does that mean it's been 6 or 7 years since we came here? So light green, green, purple, and blue. Because it doesn't address the colors. The day Uncle Owen came to Foreverland. After all those years, I finally understand it now. He was right. No one needs anyone else here. Well, that's not good. What? Finally understand him. No one needs anyone else? This is my note? This makes no sense. Why would I... What exactly happened? I don't remember when Uncle Owen came to Foreverland. Oh wait, maybe it's that thing in the kitchen? Or it's our day. Might be our day. 8/26, yeah, I think that's our day. Did we really write it on the kitchen board? We're so lame. anyway. Yeah, I don't think that's it. So we're gonna look at our desk, because we're out of things to look at. That's right. I brought back quite a few souvenirs from all kinds of dream experiences and other places. I thought I had more. I can't remember what are missing, though. These are souvenirs from a medieval fantasy dream experience that we went to. It was quite fun with interesting stories. We were in there for about a month. Even Dad, who's not into dream experiences at all, sort of enjoyed it. This compass must be a souvenir from a dream experience too, but I don't remember where I brought it back from. Can't interact with it. I got this one from a very nice restaurant in the city area. Gina says the flavor of the fruits and the desserts are supposed to be accurate to how they actually were in the real world before they were extinct. We wouldn't be able to tell though. All I know is that everything's very tasty there. I remember this one. In one of the dream experiences, we saw a long river with glowing lotus flowers under a starry night. Fireflies were flying everywhere too. It was so beautiful. I took a flower home so I wouldn't forget the moment I first saw it. I need a key to open this diary. I'm just gonna try doing this. Yeah, it didn't work. Uncle Owen, when did you come here? I don't remember. Is this my laptop? This is so messy. This is my computer. It doesn't turn on anymore though. I don't think anyone would actually like this. This is always a future thing with the see-through computer screen, so nobody would want that. Did I write those? I look carefully and they do seem to be my handwriting, but they're so layered up that I can't tell what are written on there. This is scary. The rest of the notebook seems to be empty though. Someone tell me when Uncle Owen came here, because I don't remember. Was it ever even addressed? Oh, thanks goodness, drawers. Oh, this is one of these. So I just have to guess it out? Gosh, it's a color puzzle. Got a piece of paper with a puzzle on it. I'm not sure that actually helps me all that much. At least I got to keep that one. And that box is empty. I feel like this should be related to the color puzzle. But I'm still not sure how this would go. Alright, draw the knight's hint first. Check out the paper inside. Darn it. How do I do that part? Colored dots. Oh, we have to flip them? How do I figure out Owen's thingy though? I don't remember when Owen came here. It wasn't stressed. So I looked at the walkthrough and it has some misinformation. Apparently that box was not only supposed to give us a color thing, but it also says the key to one of her diaries, which is not true. So I'm guessing that's just a mistake. I hope it's just a mistake. So I'm looking at a guide to know where these things go. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what this is supposed to be for. Oh, let's get out of here. pause while I try to figure out this diary business. So I still don't know about the diary key, but apparently this drawer also has double layers. This is book again. To my dear sister, Elsa. This is my favorite adventure book so far, and that's why I'm giving it to you. I love the adventures in the book, and when we are grown-ups, we need to go on adventures just like those together. I know things like adventure might scare you, but don't worry, you have me. No matter where you go, I'll always protect you. Faraway galaxies and unknown worlds are waiting for us. Where's the freaking key? Why didn't we get it? I'm trapped in the book. Are we supposed to examine this? I can't help but pick up the book and open the first page. The book Kylan's Adventure is a gift from my sister Gina. She gave it to me when we were both pretty young. It was actually a digital version that she gave me, but she added this message directly into the digital book. Reading these words now suddenly brings an immense sense of sadness that I don't quite understand. But a piece of clouded memory becomes clear at this moment. I remember the night before we came to Foreverland now. I was too scared and stressed that night, so I went to Gina's room. Gina, how can you be so calm? Don't you feel scared at all? Nope. There's nothing to be afraid of. Everything will be fine. There will only be one scanning chamber and one robot operator tomorrow. We will take turns. I'll be the first one to enter and I'll wait for you on the other side. Mom and Dad will go in after you. You are in the middle, so don't worry. I mean, we see Uncle Owen and Tommy on the other side too, and everything is good. But nobody has memory of the injection. It happens after the scanning is complete. Nobody can tell me anything about it. It won't be painful. We will not suffer. Trust me. Gina reaches out her hand and strokes my hair gently. Her soft, warm hand felt nice and comforting. I knew worrying wouldn't do me any good, but I couldn't stop thinking about cold needles with lethal poison in there that will take our lives. Do we have souls after death? Will we be stuck in darkness forever after that? And is Dad correct about Foreverland? Will I slowly change and corrupt after going there? Gina once said that even if there are risks in Foreverland, they are worth it. She's probably right, but I still just couldn't help but feel scared. Gina, do you think we'll change in the new environment in Foreverland? I mean, everything there is so different, and our feelings are all simulated too. We can control them technically. Do you think all these would change us? Tommy was complaining to you last time that people drift away over there, and 2 of his friends are totally different now. They might not be able to be friends anymore. Well, people change. That happens in the real world too. I don't think you can avoid changes anywhere. But not all changes are bad. Some might be great, and some people are meant to drift apart, but some relationships will not change no matter where they go. As for the environment and the simulation, like you said, we have control over them. Other than in dream experiences or attending special activities, we can set everything close to the real world. For example, I once chatted with Mom, and we were saying that we want our home over there to be just like how it is now. No major changes inside the house and no teleportation, shapeshifting, or other things that would be considered unnatural allowed there. It makes sense, but even if we can keep our home the same, there are other things that we probably won't. For example, are we still going to school and doing homework every day? There's no point. It's meaningless to study now. We'll never work. Another example. Are we going to keep the sense of pain there? I mean, we will never be physically harmed there, so there's really no reason to. I wouldn't say it's meaningless to study. Learning new things and knowledge is always meaningful. It doesn't matter if we'll work or not. We didn't learn enough anyway. We probably won't go to school every day, but I do plan to learn things I'm interested in, and I'll attend some classes there too. Foreverland has very large and detailed records of history, arts, and science materials in the real world. It won't be hard to learn all kinds of things there. I plan to get a big bookshelf and put lots of books in there to read, and I'll change them up as I finish them. And I'm talking about paper books. Such luxury. Don't you like drawing? You can learn more there too, and there's big display areas in Foreverland that people can display their artwork and other creations. Oh, and I plan to keep the sense of pain too. I mean, there's no reason to feel excruciating pain, but there's also no reason that I shouldn't keep my mild to medium level pain. We can just keep the time we feel pain short. If we are going to do something dangerous, then we can tone it down when necessary. But in normal daily life, I'll keep the sense normal. Otherwise, it's a bit weird. If you hit something really hard but don't feel anything, that's just unnatural. You've thought through and decided on really detailed things. Yeah, I thought a lot about our life there. We want to keep things the same as here inside the house, but we can do a lot of change to the outside. Mom and I were talking about it. It would be nice to put the house in the forest. It would be beautiful, and Dad loves that kind of environment too. It would make him happier, and we can have a big yard. Mom says she'll have a lot of blue roses in the yard. What do you want? We can have them too. I really have no fear. I'm honestly not in the mood to think about these things right now. Elsa, don't worry. We'll be fine there. We will be careful and we won't lose ourselves. And there's no need to worry about relationships changing. Like I said, some people are meant to drift away from each other, but there are others that will never change. Uncle Owen and Tommy live in a different world from us now, and our relationships with them didn't change. You must be looking forward to seeing Tommy again in person. Yeah, of course. Why do you like Tommy? What's so good about him? There are better-looking, smarter boys who want to date you, right? Tommy complains so much. He's a little petty sometimes, and he's stubborn too. Yeah, I know. You don't get along with him that well. How do I put this? Yes, he has quite a few shortcomings, but we grew up together and he is 2 months younger than me. I know it's only 2 months, but, you know, I feel like a big sister a lot of times, especially when we were young. Big sister should always tolerate small problems of the younger ones in the family, so I kinda got used to his complaints and stubbornness. Haha, does that make sense? I don't know how to explain clearly, but although Tommy has shortcomings, he has a lot of good qualities, too. He is wholehearted and kind. He truly cares about everyone in his life. There's a light rosy glow on Gina's face as she speaks. How does it feel to fall in love? I have no idea. All books describe it as something magical. Gina must be feeling excited to unite with Tommy. Look at you. You're so smitten. Maybe you were just really excited to see Tommy again. That's why you have no fear about going there. No, that's not true, Elsa. I like Tommy a lot, but he's not the reason I want to go to Foreverland. Gina's facial expression suddenly changes, and she looks very serious all of a sudden. Even if Tommy is not in Foreverland and he never plans to, I'm still going. And if our world didn't come to this point, I also never planned to go there. In fact, in the past, before we got the big news, I always thought Tommy and I would eventually go our separate ways and end up with someone else. We live in different worlds after all, and I'm okay with that. Where he is doesn't change my path. I want to go to Foreverland now because I don't want everything to end here. You know how I wanted to get in one of the pioneer teams? I got into the special training class already. At first, it didn't come to an end. In 2 years, when I turned 16, I will be able to get selected into a team. It's hard and the selection rate is very low, but I will try with everything I have. If I get in successfully and make enough contributions, I will be allowed to move my direct family with me to a different planet. We can travel in space and build new homes together like the pioneers and heroes in books. I know this sounds idealized, and the lives of pioneers are very hard and dangerous. To go and live on an alien planet wouldn't give us a better life, at least not immediately, but there's hope out there. If we can travel further and possibly find a suitable planet, everything would be different. There would be so many possibilities now. They are all gone. I can't do anything now. I just can't accept it. Gina's voice was a little trembling. She paused a little bit before she continued. I just can't accept my death and the fact that this is the end for me. For all of us, just like this. I know Dad could, but I can't. Even though I can't be a pioneer anymore, even though I can only live in a virtual world, I want to live on. I have a lot of things that I want to do and a lot of things I want to learn. I want to grow up, have adventures, see a bigger world, experience a lot more things. I want you and want our family to keep living our lives. More importantly, we can only have futures and possibilities if we are alive. The hardware that hosts Foreverland will be put in a small spaceship and sent to space. There's at least one answer. It'd be very safe, which means we'll have a long time ahead of us. Maybe one day some people will return to this area and they'll find us. Maybe by that time, people will have different moral views and digitized humans can get back into reality by loading the data into a robot or a synthetic body. You never know. I know this sounds far-stretched, should be far-fetched, and it might never happen, but we can only have hope if we are alive. Death is final, and nothing will happen anymore if we are dead. So this decision has nothing to do with Tommy. He is important to me, but my life, my own path and goals are more important. And compared to Tommy, of course I love our family and everyone in this family more. Gina's word makes my chest warm and my face heats up. I don't know what to say in return. I'm not the same with Gina. I don't have any goals or important dreams and pursuits. I'm empty inside. Even if life on Earth could continue, I wouldn't know what to do and what kind of person I want to be in the future. I just know that I'm lucky to be born in this family and be cared for and protected by everyone. Do you remember the book I gave you, Kylan's Adventure? When we became adults, we will be entered in our dream experiences by ourselves without parents' company. Let's go to a dream experience based on Kylan's Adventure, and a dream experience based on Finney's Sister's Journey. Your favorite. What do you think? Both of them are about sisters' adventures. I couldn't help but laugh. Really? We're going to a dream experience based on illustrated children's books when we become adults? Why not? Children's books are awesome, and if you want more complex settings, we can tell the witch, and I'm sure we can have more advanced, complex versions of those stories and dream experiences. It's a promise. We'll go once you turn an adult. Just you and me. I nod. Gina then reaches out her pinky to make a pinky swear with me. A pink swear with me. So don't worry tomorrow. Yes, we are going to a new world, but we'll be together, okay? Okay. I still couldn't calm down, but I believe in the choice we made. There's a long, happy future ahead of us. I feel my eyes tear up and the sadness in my chest is almost making me dizzy. I don't know why, but I feel something's wrong. I feel like I must have made a big mistake at some point. But this is just a gut feeling and I can't figure out why or where it comes from. What did I forget? What did I do? I just can't recall. I still don't know where that key is. So I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna look for that key. Okay, so apparently we missed this box on the shelf. There better be a key inside this. Thank goodness! Okay. Get out of here. So I also looked up how to get the different endings, which are in this chapter. But, oh my gosh. We can't go back. Because I don't remember if this save is after finding the book, so I'm gonna save up here. briefly load and check this out. Oh, see, they need to have. Okay, good. Just checking that. So, I wonder if we can trigger the bad ending, well, not bad endings, but non-true endings right away. Try this. I wonder what happened if we destroyed it. I have to check. I'm not sure about the situation now, but the chance that this is a dream experience is pretty high. And maybe something went wrong during the simulation. That could be why the situation is so weird. The wishing stone could be the core of the story in this dream experience. If I break it, it might force the dream experience to end or reset. Then I should be able to get out of here. It's worth trying. So I grabbed the bottle and smashed it onto the floor with all my strength. The moment the bottle got smashed to pieces, everything around me blacked out. I stand there in shock and can't comprehend what exactly happened just now. Maybe destroying the core of the dream experience didn't get me out, but instead got me stuck in this black emptiness instead? That'd be really bad. I shouldn't have made such a decision so rashly. I want to reach out my hands and see if I only lost my vision and things are still around me, but I soon realize I can't feel my arms or hands. Not just my arms and hands, I can't feel anything. It's as if my body doesn't exist anymore. You seem to have subconsciously made your choice. The system will respect your decision. There's that woman again. Who's talking? What choice? I'm really confused. I want to talk back, but I can't make any sound. The condition has been met and the order will be executed. Please rest in peace. Sink into darkness be. So, let's get back to where we were. I think it's this choice. I'm not sure about the situation now, but the chance that this is a dream experience... Yeah, we read that already. Honestly, I don't really trust this stone. Earlier, it brought me so much trouble just because I asked for a chocolate bar. Who knows what's going to happen if I make another wish. But it could be the core of this dream experience, and I'm stuck here already. Making another wish might be the best way to shuffle things around and help me break out from the current situation. I think making a wish to go home or call up the witch would be the most beneficial. I'll grab the wishing stone bottle in my hand. So, let's go home. I just want to go home right now. This is not my canon ending. My canon ending would be exploring everything, but... The wishing stone's glow glows stronger and blinks 3 times just like the last time, and suddenly a flash of strong white light swallows everything around me. Chapter 4. Home. Morning, Ilsa. How was the night market? Did you get the chocolate you wanted? Yes, I did. I really just came back directly like this? It's hard to believe, but everything seems normal. No, this is not right. What's wrong? Something on my face? No, Mom. Am I in a dream experience? What are you talking about? We are home. The next dream experience is in 2 days. What about the night market yesterday? That was not a dream experience? Wasn't that just a normal small market gathering? Usually there are some interesting things in food there. Sometimes there are performances too, and you can meet new people there. Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm just not completely awake yet. No, this is not right. Things are not right. I want to ask about what I experienced and the fact that I lost some memory. Everything was on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't speak out. Somehow I feel like if I open up and talk about everything that happened and ask all the questions, everything in front of me will break down, and I'm really scared of it. I don't know why, but I just feel like I will regret it if I do so. What kinds of chocolates did you get last night? Caramel, coconut, vanilla, and black chocolates. The most common, boring flavors. Nothing special or fancy. Common flavors are good too. We have had plenty of interesting creative flavors before, and they weren't necessarily that tasty. But it's kind of rare for this kind of market to have normal flavor stuff. Anyway, did you have fun? Did you meet any interesting people? Yes, I met 2 sisters. They're pretty young. They remind me of Gina and I when we were kids. That's rare. You don't see kids often anymore. But appearances can be changed according to will, so how people look a lot of times doesn't match their actual age. Let's have breakfast and we can chat. Your dad and Gina should be up soon too. Okay? I follow Mom to the kitchen and sit at the dining table. Mom starts to prepare tea for us. Even after coming to Foreverland, Mom still prepares tea and sometimes even cooks and makes snacks for us. I think she wants to feel like we're still in the real world and that we are still living just like before. But this place is different after all. The tea jars are always filled with our favorite types of tea. All kinds of tasty desserts and pastries are always there. The amount would never decrease, and they change according to our preferences or what we request. Nothing will be short, nothing will go bad, and everything remains the temperature we want. And nobody gets fat! This place is paradise. Hey! She said it! She said exactly what I said. This place used to be our paradise. It used to be? I suddenly feel a chill down my spine. Here, your favorite juice and rose tea. Thank you. I stare at the drinks and food in front of me like I haven't sat here for a long time. Dad and Gina come over too, and the kitchen suddenly becomes really lively. Everyone sits down and chats happily. Gina mentions that Uncle Owen will visit us this afternoon too. The morning sunshine looks warm and bright, and this moment is so peaceful and precious. Like our dress. Their voices in this scene suddenly brings an overwhelming sense of happiness. My chest is filled with a fuzzy, warm feeling, and I feel like I want to cry. You have one wish left. The witch's voice suddenly came to my ear. I look to the side in surprise, and I don't see anyone. It was like the sound was right next to my ear, but it could also be in my head. It reminds me of that game, One Chance, where at the end of each day it'd be like, you have one chance. That's what I felt like. If you haven't played that game, you should go play it. It's a free Flash game, but well worth experiencing. The wishing stone is still in your room. You can make the third wish whenever you are ready. The third wish. I can't think of any right now. Wishes are so easy to be fulfilled in Foreverland, even through broken memories, I remember I've seen gorgeous scenes unlike anything I've seen in the real world, and I have experienced all kinds of interesting stories and characters. Compared to any of those, this moment in front of me seems much more precious. There's a shadow hidden at the bottom of my heart. It tells me that the memories that I lost are the memories I don't want to recall. If I make the third wish, everything in front of me will be gone, and something deep and dark will swallow me alive. So maybe it's better to just stay here, stay at this moment. And one sweet dream. Hamster Z did a lot of work for this. Dusty room. I like that icon though. So, I'm gonna pause while we get back to where we need to be for the next ending. Before I go after the ending I'm aiming for. Okay, so since I reloaded an earlier save, had to pause to do the skip thing again. But first, let's do this. We're gonna wish to see the witch. With a flash of white light, the witch appeared. I didn't think it would be this smooth and easy. If I can still call it the witch, maybe things are not that bad. I should be able to get out of here. Am I in a dream experience? Yes. The witch has no facial expression, which makes me feel a little uneasy. In my memory, she always had a pleasant smile on her face. As the AI that represents the system and gives resident services, it was only natural for her to appear pleasant. Right now, her dim eyes and emotionless face say something is surely different. This dream experience is very strange. I think there might be something wrong with my data. I wonder if it's data or data. I like data. I can't remember a lot of things. Can you recover my data? There's nothing wrong with your data. All your memory is intact. You just can't access some of them easily right now. But temporarily, I can't do anything about it. I'm really sorry. Wait, you know about this. Are you saying that my memory loss is arranged? Yes. Why? For this dream experience? Yes. It's not possible. I clearly remember no dream experience can change one's memory in any way. This is not allowed. This dream experience is very special. Fine, end this dream experience now. I'm sorry, this is a very special dream experience. It cannot be ended this way. What do you mean it can't be ended this way? That's not possible. Foreverland has clear rules that... I stopped as something suddenly came to my mind. I think I heard about this before, about some very special dream experience. I vaguely remember I had a discussion with the witch about it at some point, but what did we talk about? I can't remember any details. So what exactly is special about this dream experience? Can you explain to me what kind of dream experience it is? What are the differences between this one and the normal ones? I'm really sorry, I also can't reveal any of these details right now. You wished for the Silent Hill experience. Can you tell me how to end this dream experience and actually go home then? There are 3 possible ways that this dream experience will end. The first one is if you completely recover your memory. The second possibility is making all 3 wishes. And the third one is if you meet one of the special conditions. I can't tell you the special conditions right now, but you may have to get bitten by a poisonous plant. Making all 3 wishes will end the dream experience? Does calling you out count as one? No, you called me due to confusion from recovering part of your memory. It's not a real wish. Real wish? Yes, to some degree, the purpose of this dream experience is to let you make your true wishes. I kind of want the game to end with her just wishing for another chocolate bar. No wonder I got the wishing stone, and Eve kept mentioning wishes too. Somehow I feel like I should know exactly why I'm here, and there was indeed a special reason, but I just can't recall. Do you want to make the second wish now? I'll look around more. I gotta use this key. Oh, look at our little pink writing! When reading diaries and letters, sometimes you need to investigate. Click on the page before you can go to the next one. I like this picture. Very cute diary. Whoever designed this diary, A+. Hello, diary, with no comma. Mom told me I've learnt well on reading and writing. You haven't learned that well. It's time for me to have a diary now, so she gave you to me. Anything made with actual paper is very expensive. I've never written on paper before. It feels new and a little weird, but Mom says a real diary should be on paper, and you will be my good friend. I can write anything here. I'll give it a break because it's, I think, written by a kid. I don't really get it, honestly, but I guess I can write something down when I feel like. Oh, they're little pictures. Today I learned that there used to be many cute animals in the world, like really cute ones, but they are all gone now. So sad. Mom says people used to be able to see squirrels and bunnies just in their backyards. Some even have bunnies as pets. That must be really nice. I want to have a cute bunny too. But even if I have one, we don't really have any backyard or carrots. The bunny won't be happy. Probably be happier than it is outside. Resources are scarce, but they can afford all these colored gel pens she's using. She really does like drawing. I think Gina mentioned that. I went to school for the first time today, so she's got to be like 6 or something. Classes were easy for me. Mom taught me those a long time ago. But it's so scary to sit in a classroom. I've never been left alone with strangers before. In the past, my family was always around. The girl next to me and the boy sitting in front of me seemed to know each other already, and they were chatting happily. I felt uneasy sitting there. The boy behind me was very quiet. I couldn't make myself talk to him. I just couldn't talk to anyone. But Gina came to my classroom to visit during lunchtime. She talked to a lot of people in my class, and she grabbed everyone's attention. She was glowing. She introduced me to quite a few classmates. Maybe that was due to the radioactivity. The girl next to me is called Layla. She seemed very friendly and we chatted quite a bit. I think we can be friends. Today we watched a documentary at school. The ocean is empty now with almost nothing living there, but there used to be many animals and plants. People used to be able to see crabs and seashells on the beach. That must be fun. The ocean is the original source of life. Maybe that's why I want to go see it. But I think it might just be those beautiful videos of the beaches in the old days. I don't know. But I really want to go to a beach. Once would be enough. Who are these people? Hey! Are we supposed to be able to examine this? I better take me back to that diary. Back in the day when everyone was still in the real world, Dad and Uncle Owen fought many times. But that time was a little different. Uncle Owen, who always smiled no matter the situation, seemed pretty down and a bit angry. I went to talk to him and tried to comfort him, and he told me Dad was pushing him to do a dangerous job. So that night, I couldn't help but ask Dad about it. Here you go. That's how you open it. Dad hands over the open puzzle box to me with a smile. It looks like he is in a good mood, as if the fight with Uncle Owen isn't bothering him at all anymore, so I feel it's a good time to ask. Dad, why do you fight with Uncle Owen so often? Well, here it's capitalized, like it should be. Dad seems to be a bit surprised by the question. We were not fighting, we just had disagreements. Your uncle lacks courage to take some important steps in his life, so I had to give him some pressure, otherwise he will not be able to move forward. Are you talking about jobs? But Uncle Owen told me today that you were pushing him to take a really dangerous job. Dad frowns. He seems unhappy about the way I or Uncle Owen put it. Elsa, do you know what your Uncle Owen studied in university? I shook my head. Uncle Owen never mentioned it to me, and university seems quite far away into the future for me, so I really don't think much about it. Owen, your mom and I were in the same major. We studied genetics, specifically genetic mutations in animals and plants caused by the current environment. Owen chose this major under his own will. He is smart and your mom gave him a lot of help when he was studying. He graduated with excellence. With what he studied, it's not possible to completely avoid working outside and dealing with mutated plants and animals. When he graduated, your mom recommended him to the place she used to work at. Owen got an internship there, but he quit after half a month. The dangerous job that he was referring to is your mom's old job. She worked there for several years before she got pregnant with Gina. She reached out to her connections there and recommended Owen again. Despite what happened at the internship, they decided to give him another shot. Owen is a big guy with a nice build. Is he, though? He seems pretty slim. He is much stronger than your mom, and he studied hard back in the day to gain the knowledge to do this kind of job, so this job is absolutely something he is capable of doing. It also has much less field work, time, and risk compared to my job. Don't get scared. It doesn't mean my job is very dangerous. Even with my job, if you get familiar with the surroundings and always take precaution, it would be fine. Owen is just lacking courage right now. He works at a convenience store part-time. Why do they have convenience stores? And what he makes really can't cover his expenses. More importantly, it's a waste of his talent and knowledge. If he gives up now and drifts further and further away from his original pursuit, gives up on the possibilities of being recognized and achieving something, someday he will regret it. Everyone has responsibilities and purposes in life, especially adults. You kids need to go to school and study. If you don't do well at school, I will have to give you some pressure. For the same reason your Uncle Owen needs it too. Your mom is too nice and she spoils her younger brother. She can't do this job, so I have to do it. After losing both parents, your mom tried her best to take care of Owen and sheltered him from problems and stress. He was young and still a child at that time, but he is not a child anymore and he can't stay the way he was forever, especially now that he is married. He has more responsibilities. He needs someone to push him to break free from fear. Once he does, he will get on the right track and be proud of himself later. Some of the things Dad said are quite complicated for me that I can't fully understand, but I still nod. Adults' lives are complicated. Sometimes when I saw them lowering their voices and talking about serious matters with stress showing on their faces, I couldn't help but feel that growing up is something really scary. Danger, responsibility, stress, financial burden, and illness are only a few among the many things they need to worry about. Very few people live their lives with ease. Right now, I have Mom, Dad, and Gina always by my side protecting me. As long as I study well, everything is fine, but when I grow up, what kind of adult will I become? Will I become someone with courage, ready to handle my own responsibilities? What kind of career and purpose will I have? I can't think of any right now. I feel scared. Good. We're back. No! Stop looking! She's doing it again! Make sure we can't get any more little memory bits. Okay. So, Dad and Uncle Owen fought again. I think it was about Uncle Owen's job. Look, this is a nice build. Look at this. He's a stick. Emo anime stick. Maybe fought isn't the right word. Mostly it was Dad scolding Uncle Owen. Usually Uncle Owen wouldn't be upset about it, but today was different. He seemed upset and stressed. He told me Dad was pushing him to do a dangerous job. I asked Dad about it and he explained it to me. I got to know quite a few things that I didn't know before. I guess things among adults are always complicated. Today I asked Mom why the photos we take outside look different from what we actually see. I don't really see the fog in the photos, and a lot of plants that don't have green leaves look green in the photos. Mom told me people like how things used to look way more than now, so a lot of cameras automatically do this kind of treatment. I think the photos look beautiful, but somehow I don't feel so good about them. Aren't photos supposed to record our real life and memories? I finished reading Finney's Sister's Journey a few days ago. It's awesome! It must be really fun to ride a broom and travel everywhere. Agnes, the Witch of Salvation, is so cool. I wish I could use magic like her. Then I could use magic of time and turn the clock of the earth back. We'll be able to go outside, visit the beach, see cute animals, and Dad doesn't need to work in danger anymore. Everyone can live long and healthy. Why can't there be magic in reality? I saw a toy wand in the shop yesterday with a star on top. Mom bought it for me because I really like it. Agnes' wand is made of a star too. Gina laughed at me for being too childish. For her, stars are something completely different. We're going on a trip to the mountain next weekend. I can't believe it. I've only been to parks around us and the small hills outside our town before for short periods of time, but this time we are going to a big mountain. Dad says things are getting worse. Being outside for a long period of time is bad for us, but with medicine, we can manage. He says we should go enjoy now rather than later. I worry about Dad. He works in a research lab in the mountain, and he needs to be outside quite often. I already sometimes wears protection suits, but our teacher told us protection suits only give limited protection. What will happen to Dad's health? She really is a good artist. The weekend trip was amazing. I saw so many new things, and the tour guide told us we were on the safest route. But we still need to watch out for a lot of poisonous things. Seems really dangerous. He told us not to touch anything. I saw 2 old green trees near where we were staying, and they were so cool. They look like they came straight out of the magic forest in the books. These must be the trees in front of our house now. I couldn't resist and climbed one of the trees. Mom freaked out and yelled at me. I guess I was too careless. Staying outdoors for more than 6 hours and 2 days in a row was a lot. We took medicine, but I still feel really bad. I threw up a couple of times. Luckily, it's spring break, so we don't need to go to school for the next few days. But Dad needs to go back to work tomorrow. I don't know how he can handle it. Uncle Owen and his wife Molly went to Foreverland yesterday. Oh, this was how we would have got the number. Oh, well, how we did get the number, because we still haven't opened that yet. Yesterday, it was his birthday, January 19th. Mom kept saying he is still so young. I saw them on the screen today and we chatted. He said everything's great over there, but I don't know why. All I can feel is sadness. So 0119. And this color thing. Let's get out of here. 0119. Wait, I think that's actually in here too. We did it. We got into Foreverland today. Everything went smoothly and everything in this world feels natural. I should be happy, but I don't know how I feel right now. It's like all kinds of emotions got knotted up in my chest and I can't sort them out. I decided to use a new diary from now on. It just feels right to do so. I cried when I got to this home. Everything here is just like how it was, but I don't feel the same. What happened to the other me, the real me in the real world? I don't have memories of the euthanasia. How did the injection feel? Was it really painless? How does it feel to have a painless death, like falling asleep? What happened to our bodies? Gina says these things don't matter anymore, but I can't stop thinking about them. The moment when Gina's body got pushed out, I was shaking. Mom covered my eyes and asked me not to look, but I feel I'll never forget that moment. Why would they do that in front of a child? Everything is confusing and scary, but somehow, among those feelings, there's a sense of peace and a sense of relief. I guess it's because I don't need to worry about growing up, finding a purpose or path for life, and one day being separated from my family anymore. None of those is a concern anymore. We got back from our first dream experience. The scenic views, the story, and things we could do there were all amazing. It was a shocking experience for me. I saw snow for the first time. I became a bird and flew over mountains and the sea. It's hard to describe the experience and the feeling. I asked the witch for a snowflake as a souvenir. I think I'll have a hard time sleeping tonight, but I don't really need to sleep anymore. I think we made the right decision coming here. If Layla could come here too, that would be great. Before we came here, I sent her info to contact us when we were here, but I didn't get a response. I think maybe I'll never see her again. Today I learned that the witch actually looks different to everyone. To me, she looks like an actual witch from a magical world. But that's not how she looks to other people. She appears to us the way we think is appropriate for the look we imagine she would be. Even when we see her and talk to her at the same time, we don't see the same. It's kind of fancy. We made changes to the exterior of the house and the surrounding environment like we planned. We now live in a forest and we have a yard. We have trees and Mom's favorite blue roses in the yard. The house now looks like a house from the old days, when the earth was still quite pleasant. We even have real windows now. The word real sounds ironic in this world. But I have to admit life is much easier here. If we want something or if we want to go somewhere, it's never a problem. Tomorrow we are going to the city area. Uncle Owen and Molly will be there too. We haven't actually been face to face in the same space for quite a while. I'm excited. The city area is amazing. Not the same with what we know from all the documentaries about how cities used to be, but much better and much more impressive. It's like those dream experiences, too much beauty and too many new things. Words can't describe what I saw. In fact, ever since I came here, I feel words are pale in comparison to most things we see and experiences here. I can't write things down easily. Maybe I'm just bad at it, but I do feel like there's not much I can write down anymore. We can just enjoy it. After all, we will continue to see more and more new things for many years to come. Uncle Owen seemed different from before, though. He didn't smile much the whole time. We had lunch together, but he didn't look happy somehow. This is the boat thing. 2, 3, 4. I've already forgotten what that's for. I think there's another book around here. Oh. It might be, this. Top drawer of the nightstand first if you haven't. This must be the map. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pause and look up the solution. Okay. I looked up the solution because that map puzzle was beyond me. Password is correct. I can get the letters now. So I take them all out and open them one by one. First one is from Layla. After getting to know each other at school, we gradually became really good friends. But all our communication should be digital. Why is this letter here? Hi, Elsa. We just moved to Grandma's place. I haven't seen her for 3 years. She lives quite remotely. There aren't any good schools or jobs around here, so my parents left the area. Now that I don't go to school and my parents don't work anymore, it doesn't matter anymore. Her house is small and old, but there are 2 tiny windows, real windows, and we have big mountains right outside. It's hard to see the mountains clearly, but it's still interesting to look through the windows at them. Some plants glow blue light at night, and we can see some faint glow from home. Oh, guess what I saw here? Grandma had a robot at home to take care of her when she was a kid. I saw some photos. It's so cool. Now we can't have any. Things were so much more interesting back in the day. I asked her a lot about life in the past, and she told me stories about her childhood and about Grandpa. I'm a little jealous of Grandma. She lived through a completely different time and experienced so much. I didn't experience much at all. I didn't even fall in love once yet. Sigh. What do you plan to do in the last year that we have? Hi, Elsa. I'm jealous. I talked to my parents about Foreverland too. Is there an arrow for this one? Nope. We even had a fight, but they wouldn't listen to me. They made up their minds not to go. I felt angry and bad, so I took some medicine. Now I'm fine, just feeling kind of feeling dizzy. Dad says he has connections, people who really know how to build things. Dad says they will build a life support system way better than a standard house has, and we'll be able to grow food and survive even after a year. I don't really believe him. He's not really a techie person. To survive and live by ourselves at the end of the world sounds really scary to me. Even if we can actually survive, we will be stuck in a small space forever with no hope and no future. I don't feel that great about it. Foreverland sounds better. I think I won't be able to actually see you in person anymore. I heard the hardware for Foreverland will be loaded into a small spaceship and launched into space. It will be running for many, many, many years. You will live a long time there. Soon I won't exist anymore. Will you still remember me after many, many years? Layla. I remember now. I asked the witch to print these 2 letters for me to keep her on the letter holder. Layla left town very soon after school closed, and we didn't see each other again after that. We had a few voice calls and we sent each other a lot of messages and emails, but these 2 are relatively special to me. I put them on the letter holder so I can see them often. I think Layla most likely is not alive anywhere anymore, and I'll never be able to see her again, but I want to remember her forever. She was my best friend at school in the real world. Dear Elsa, how have you been in the past month? Did you go to any interesting dream experiences? Everything is great here. It feels nice to be independent. Not that there's any challenge to be independent here, but to do so, to live by myself still gives me a strange pleasure. Oh, that's Gina. I thought it was still Lila. I was really confused. A sense of growing up. It's excitement. It's exciting. I went to a few dream experiences with friends recently. Different types from what we usually would go to as a family. We also went to bars in the city area. It's quite different to go places without mom or dad around. When you turn to an adult too, we can make plans for some outings and experiences with just you and me. You'll know what I'm talking about in a few years. I'll be in another dream experience with friends for the next 5 to 7 days, and I'll be back home after that to stay with my family for a while. I haven't been back for almost a month. I miss you all. See you soon, Gina. That's right, Gina moved out when she turned 18. Dad was very supportive of her decision, but Mom and I were not really happy about it. I remembered I was really trying to persuade her to stay. So was Mom, but Gina had made up her mind. Are you sure about this? Why do you have to move out? I don't understand. Just like Mom said, there's no difference living here or in a new address. You are an adult now. You can enter dream experiences by yourself and go to the city area with friends to do whatever adult-only activities. It doesn't matter where you live. I remember I was still trying to persuade her when she was walking out of the door on that day. I couldn't accept that she was going to walk out just like that. I thought coming to Foreverland meant that we would continue living this way we lived forever. Time's meaningless here and should have no impact on us. Nothing needed to change. I couldn't believe that Gina wanted to move out and create her own residence as soon as she turned 18. I know there's no actual limitation to living at home. It's not about that. Living independently by myself is different from living at home here. It's an important step of adulthood. If I stay here, I'll feel like I've never actually grown up, and I don't like that. Elsa, don't be sad and upset. We can be anywhere in an instant. It's super easy to come back. I'll come back to visit often, and you can all visit me when you feel like it. There's nothing to be sad about. Didn't we come to Foreverland to continue living, grow up, move forward, and live a full life? In 4 years, you'll become an adult too. And you will want to move out and experience independent life too. No, I won't. That's not why I came here. I didn't come to Foreverland to grow up and move forward. I came here to live the same life that I used to live, to have the 4 of us live together like this forever. You were thinking this way because you were still young. You're not even 14 yet. You'll think differently in a few years, trust me. Gina smiled the whole time, but that smile only made me angry. Before we came to Foreverland, she said if we came here we would be able to live on like this and be together in this world forever. Did she forget about it? Or did we never fully actually understand each other? She left soon after that. The door closed in front of me and I stood there in a daze. Elsa, so sorry I haven't been back for a while. I miss you too, but there's some situation with Tommy that I have to deal with. I usually live at home for a while every time I come back. If I leave soon after coming back this time, I worry I'll make everyone more upset and worried. So just wait a little bit. Let me get things done on my end first. Don't worry, okay? Talk to you soon, Gina. We used to hang out and play with Tommy a lot when we were kids, especially Gina. Later they started dating. I'm guessing Gina spent a lot of time with him after moving out, but what happened to Tommy? I can't recall anything about it. I only vaguely remember that Gina didn't want to come home for a while. I mean, what kind of situation could there be in Foreverland anyway? Nobody gets sick and there's no accidents. No one can get hurt. No one can hurt anyone else physically. This is the safest place. I don't know what situation Tommy could have. Wait, safest place? And what's the situation with me now? Could there be something wrong with the system? Something that happened back then too? I shake my head. Guessing won't give me any solid answer. I need to search for more clues. Oh, we're going to Mom now. I'm 20! Elsa, happy birthday. You are 20 now. How have you been? I hope that the past 2 years have been nice to you and you will be happy in all the future years that will come. You didn't talk to me in the past 2 years and I can totally understand. I know I failed as a mom. Before we brought Gina and you to the world, your dad and I discussed a lot about whether we should have kids. Of course, we couldn't predict what would happen later, but we knew life wouldn't be easy. Children born in that time would face many difficulties and struggles. Illness, despair, isolation were all in the cards. It was not a time when parents could easily hope for a lifetime of happiness for their children. But I wanted kids nonetheless, so you and Gina were born. Both of you were born healthy and smart. I felt so lucky. I thought if we try hard, if we make our children happy despite the outside environment, but I completely failed in the end. You are an adult now and you can decide everything for yourself. As long as you are happy, I'm satisfied. If you run into anything unhappy or you have anything you need to talk about, you can come to me or your dad anytime. I haven't talked to him in the past couple of years, but I'm sure he will take your matters as the highest priority. I only have one request. Please don't follow in Gina's footsteps. Mom. So we all ended up splitting up and something bad happened with Gina. What is this letter? What happened to Gina? Mom and Dad don't talk to each other anymore? I'm 20 and I moved out and I haven't talked to Mom for years? This is not possible. What exactly happened? I turn to the mirror and look at myself in the mirror again. I remember after we came to Foreverland, I adjusted my appearance on my birthday every year according to what I thought I would look like at that age. She and I both decided that we would adjust our appearance every year until we reached 20. The girl I see in the mirror is not how I imagine myself at age 20. It looks 16 or 17. Why? What happened? My heart is pounding fast and I feel I can't think straight anymore. I come to the wishing stone and grab it with a trembling hand. Gonna look around more. Did I read all the notes? No notes from Dad? I feel neglected. Dad clearly doesn't care about us. So, I think we might have read all the notes. So, we can save here. We should be able to get both endings from here. Let me go home. Let me see my mom. I don't want to stay here anymore. The wishing stones glow stronger, and blinks 3 times just like the last time, and suddenly a flash of strong white light swallows everything around me. We're in chapter Japanese characters. I'm back, but the wishing stone is still there on the windowsill, just like I thought. Everything seems normal. I look towards Gina's room and there's really nothing that stands out. No scary barrier and the dining table set is there too. You're back. How was the night market? Did you get the chocolates you wanted? Mom walks downstairs with a yawn. She looks like she's half asleep. Yeah, I did. She's not really my mom. Nothing here is real. An overwhelming sense of sadness and fear spreads in my chest. What flavors did you get? Caramel, coconut, vanilla, and black. The most common, boring flavors. Nothing special or fancy, but those are the flavors we like. Common flavors are good too. We've had plenty of interesting creative flavors before and they weren't necessarily that tasty. But it's kind of rare for this kind of market to have mostly normal flavor stuff. Anyway, did you have fun? Did you meet any interesting people? Yes, I met 2 sisters. They're pretty young. They reminded me of Gina and I when we were kids. That's good. It's really late right now. Get some rest. Mom, is Gina home now? Yeah. Is she really at home? Yes, she's probably sleeping now. Elsa, what's wrong? So she is here, right in her room? And how old am I? What is the meaning of this letter that you wrote me? I took out the letter from Mom. I grabbed it before I made the wish. I know I'm in a dream experience right now, and the person in front of me is not really Mom. She might not be able to give me an answer, but dream experiences have to keep integrity and logic intact to keep the facade. So she has to give me an answer, or this dream experience will break. Now you've done it! You messed up the system. see Mom open her mouth and say something, but I couldn't hear. Her voice was covered by some eerie noises. Everything around me suddenly flashes. After a moment, Mom is not there anymore. It's dark everywhere except Gina's door. I feel my heart pounding. I'm afraid of what's behind the door. There must be something I don't want to see and don't want to know about behind that door, but I can't back down now. I have to know. The door is not locked. With a deep breath, I slowly open the door. Oh my gosh, Gina's room has been invaded by lamps. To my surprise, there's nothing scary in here. Gina's room seems normal. The way she set it up after we came to Foreverland. Almost everything looks the way it should be, except Gina's not here. But even though there's nothing scary, somehow I still feel uneasy. I should look around. No more puzzles! When we were living in the real world, we had to take those supplements every day. Food selections were limited back in the day, and it was lucky that people developed ways to extract nutrition even from mutated inedible plants and animals. So we have those pills. Without them, malnutrition is almost guaranteed. Of course, we don't need them anymore after coming to Foreverland, but seems like Gina's keeping them. How come you still have those supplements? Are you still taking them, or are they a type of memento? Both. I'm still taking them, but of course for sentimental reasons. I mean, it's probably similar to how Mom sometimes still prepares food from scratch and cooks in the kitchen. I think I just don't want to completely throw away and forget how things used to be like. I want to keep something that reminds me of the past, of the life we used to have. I'm sure you can understand the feeling. Yes, I understand what Gina's talking about. Keeping the house almost the way it was, taking vitamins and cooking are all ways to connect to the past. But sometimes I feel worried that we created these illusions because no one wants to let go, and deep down everyone is denying Foreverland to some degree. No matter how great Foreverland is, a sense of reality and sense to be grounded to the real world would never come back. We will never be able to go back to the real world again. In the far future, would we gradually completely forget about how it feels like to live in the real world, or the longing to the past and to the reality keep melting up? I couldn't tell. Both seem scary to me. These look like they're 8 planets in the solar system. Gina clearly likes space. It's another puzzle box. She's got a diary too. This is a gift from me. A heart-shaped spaceship. We were learning how to print things with recycled material back when I was in school in the real world, and I made this one for Gina. Later I learned that Gina is not into heart-shaped things in general. He explained this diary. A bunch of small gemstones. It's from a cave in one of the dream experiences we went to. Gina's quite into those things. What is this bizarre-looking Minecraft thing? A letter. You are still children. You don't really understand matters between adults. Your dad and I never got along. He is extremely arrogant and he has always looked down upon me. I never understood why Nora would marry someone like that, so I think this is from Uncle Owen. When I first heard that he didn't want to come to Foreverland, I was really happy about it. But in the end he came anyway. Not only he came, he acts like he wasn't really willing to come, and he's not interested in things here. It's like he is superior and people like us who are enjoying everything here are stupid. I can't stand it. When we were in reality, I had to bear with him due to financial reasons. No matter what he said, how bad his attitude was, I had to stuff everything down. And I had to visit your place again and again even though I didn't want to. I had to act like I didn't mind everything as if I had no dignity or pride. I don't rely on your family anymore, and I will not keep doing this anymore. It's true that I got a lot of help from your family back in the day, and I know Nora took care of me. Not that I don't feel grateful, but that doesn't mean I should keep doing what I used to do in the endless time that we have here. Your dad was a capable man in the old world, and he could supply a comfortable life for you three in that harsh world. So to some degree I could understand why Nora stayed with him back then. But there's no reason anymore. You don't need him anymore. I talked to her, but she is stubborn. Now she still takes his side instead of mine, and there's no point for us to keep hanging out and talk to each other anymore. You two should stop reaching out to me too. There's no reason. Nobody really needs anyone else here, and I don't want to recall all the bad memories I had from the old days. Yes, I remember now. Uncle Owen cut us off. After we entered Foreverland and met him in person again, I realized he changed quite a bit. He didn't smile much anymore. At first we went to a couple of dream experiences together, but soon he got into a fight with Dad again. It was worse than the fights they had in the real world. Uncle Owen was angry. After that, he said he decided not to talk to us anymore. I don't remember what exactly they fought about. In fact, I didn't hear most of it. We were in the dream experience at the time. Mom called out the witch and asked her to block us out in a separate space temporarily so we wouldn't hear the fight. When we saw Mom and Dad again, Uncle Owen and Molly already left. He didn't want to talk to any of us after that for quite a while, so Gina and I decided to reach out, and that letter was his reply. It was very shocking to me. Gina, did Uncle Owen actually really dislike us before? Back in the day, he only came to visit us and treat us nicely because he relied on our family? I don't know. But Uncle Owen and Mom are siblings, just like us. Their parents, our grandparents passed away early and Mom took care of them. They only had each other back in the day. How could he just cut her off like that? I suddenly got really angry. In my memory, Uncle Owen almost always smiled at us. He seemed gentle and patient, and he rarely got upset about anything. I used to think he must have a very similar temperament to Mom, warm and caring. I used to believe he genuinely loved us. I thought his relationship with Mom was just like my relationship with Gina, and this kind of relationship could never break. I'm willing to bet it broke. But turns out everything was fake, and everything was just an act to get what he needed from our family? He even believed that Mom married Dad and stayed with him because he could supply for the family? Are relationships between people really built on something like that? I thought it was always love that brings people together and keeps them together. Am I too naive? You know what? I don't think so. I don't think he disliked us before. Just as I was getting more and more angry with all kinds of thoughts in my mind, Gina suddenly said so with a smile. He might be just too pissed or hurt because of the fights he had with Dad before. Everyone has negative emotions, and Uncle Owen is actually quite sensitive. Let's wait for a while, and I'll reach out to him again with some time. Maybe he'll change his mind later and come to visit us again. Who knows? But those things he said, no matter how angry he was at Dad, he shouldn't say something like that if he didn't believe in them. Would he? We are complicated creatures, you know. The smiles that he always had on his face were probably not real, but the words he said in this letter could be untrue as well. Let's be patient. I'll contact him again sometime later, okay? I frowned. Gina's words couldn't completely persuade me, and the anger in my chest was difficult to ease. I wish Gina was right, but even if she is right, can we actually hang out with Uncle Owen again like nothing happened? How could I see him the same way like before and trust him again? I don't know if Gina contacted Uncle Owen later, but I think we didn't see him again after that. It was the first time in my life that I realized the affections we see and feel might not always be real, and even family relationships can be very fragile. Even people who are blood-related and grow up together could become strangers just like that. These thoughts really scared me, and I couldn't shake them off for a long time. Need a key. We just came out of there. Gina got a bookcase after coming to Foreverland just like she planned. I checked them out at some point. Some books are about the space, some about history, and some are about biology. There are also other science books. She kept studying about the world we were in even after we came here. What is this thing? This is Gina's child accordion. She used to like music quite a bit. In fact, not just her. I was quite interested too, I think. The biggest reason was that Mom used to play piano for us quite often when we were kids. Gina got curious about all kinds of instruments because of that, and she tried a few in the instrument stores before she picked this accordion. But for me, piano is always the best. The time we spent listening to Mom play always went by so fast. Mom likes light, melodious music. She kept saying that she couldn't play very well and she could only play simple melodies, but we loved to listen. Sometimes while listening to Mom playing, I felt like I saw grass fields, forests, and oceans that I'd never had a chance to see at the time. Sometimes I even felt like I saw mysterious magic forests and stories. Sometimes I would close my eyes to enjoy the music, but more often I would stare at Mom. Her slender fingers dancing on the keyboard were so beautiful. So was the smile on her face. I especially loved to see Mom playing in the warm orange light of the sunset, because for that reason, for a period of time, we used to set the setting of the windows to sunset while she played, and enjoyed the beautiful warm rays that filled the room. One day Mom played something really sad that my eyes almost teared up. I asked her the name of the music, and she told me it's called Blue Rose. That was the first time I heard Mom mentioning blue roses. She said roses didn't occur in blue naturally, and because it's an almost impossible color, blue roses used to be considered a symbol for forever happiness and impossible miracles. People used to use dyes to color roses blue to express their longings for it. People wanted to breed real blue roses at the time. At first, only light purple ones were produced, but later, as technology and genetic modifications got more advanced, real blue roses finally came out. It was as blue and beautiful as the dyed ones, but at the time, the world had changed. Drastic environmental changes caused all kinds of mutations in the world, and many plants turned blue. Can't get blue roses in Animal Crossing either. Tried so hard. Most people didn't see blue roses in the same light anymore. They even doubt if the blue color was due to the environmentally induced mutations. Blue roses became something unlucky and undesirable. But the truth was, blue roses are produced in the labs, and they could really adapt in the harsh environment just like other roses. When people gave up on them and didn't want to protect or plant them in greenhouses, blue roses disappeared from the world. Mom said she still longed for blue roses. She said forever happiness, miracles, and a better world was something you must believe in order to attain it. She believed this world still had a future, and that's why Gina and I were born. Mom was smiling when she said those words, but years later when I thought about that moment again, I could feel sadness filling my chest. Later, after we got a bit older, Gina stopped playing the accordion. Most of her time and energy were invested in science and knowledge about outer space. What is this? I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Am I supposed to use my planets here? Apparently not. Not this again. The letters. It's not time to leave yet. I have a feeling this room holds the key to part of my lost memory. A stopped pocket watch. It stopped at 8:07. I'm playing a game called 12 Minutes right now on my PS4, and we're trying to find a pocket watch. This is why we can't find it. It's in a virtual world. I know these go here. Gonna save. Okay, found the solution for this puzzle. Got metal sticks, symbols on them. Are these for the Minecraft cube? Oh, that's not the cube. Apparently you can rotate these. But I think we are missing a piece. So I'm supposed to use the ruler here at some point. I'm not really sure why. I guess this is not a puzzle, it's just a hint thing? Okay, I don't really get it. We're still missing one of the cube keys for this. Oh wait, maybe this is the diary key. It doesn't work here. It's a key. Okay, we're just gonna end this part here while I try and figure out where this key goes to, because we're already over an hour and the game's still got a bit to go. So we're gonna find out what tore this family apart. Hopefully the next time we're gonna figure out what happened to Gina. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Guess at what happened to Gina, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!